Nene Raju Nene Mantri. Nene Raju Nene Mantri, a reference to the King and Minister Queen Pieces in Chess, is a 2017 Indian Telugu-language political action thriller film written and directed by Teja, featuring Daggubati and Kajal Aggarwal in the lead roles, along with Catherine Tresa, Navdeep, and Ashutosh Rana in other pivotal roles. Production began in April 2016 and principal photography commenced in October 2016 in Karaikudi. The teaser was released on June 6, coinciding with the 81st birthday anniversary of D. Ramanaidu, Rana's grandfather. A special teaser celebrating 50 films of Kajal Aggarwal was released on her birthday, June 19. The film was dubbed in Hindi as Nane Raju Nene Mantri, Tamil as Naan Aanaiyittaal and Malayalam as Raaja Kireedam. The Tamil version featured scenes reshot with local actors. It released on 11 August 2017 to positive reviews. The film was successful at the box office. Plot: Jojendra, a moneylender, and Radha are a happily married couple. However, they do not have any children. When they are finally blessed and Radha gets pregnant, they are overjoyed. When they go to the temple to pray for the well-being of the baby, Radha lights a holy lamp. Sarpanch, the leader of the village that they live in, comes along to the temple with his wife. His wife sees that Radha lit the lamp and becomes infuriated, as she is always the one who does it. She pushes Radha down the steps of the temple and Radha has a miscarriage. Both Radha and Jojendra are dismayed. Jojendra goes to Sarpanch's house and persuades him to let him join in his political campaign. Jojendra cleverly wins, and this angers Sarpanch. Sarpanch tries to kill Jojendra, but Jojendra shoots Sarpanch when he mentions that he will also kill Radha. Later, Hemachandra, the policeman who was to give Jojendra an FIR copy for killing Sarpanch in defense, asks him Rs 50 lakhs for his sister's marriage in return. Jojendra, however, is not willing to give the amount. He then takes Hemachandra's pistol, shoots his hands, and puts the blame on Hemachandra. Millet Chairappa, who was supporting Jojendra for his party, asks him an amount of Rs 1 crore and takes the FIR copy. When Jojendra tells Chairappa that he is unable to arrange the money, Chairappa asks Jojendra to send Radha to his guest house. Upon hearing this, frustrated, Jojendra kills Chairappa. After Chairappa's death, he stands in the MLA election and defeats Chairappa's brother, who was his opposite party candidate in the election, by framing him that he killed his brother to become MLA. He also makes Chairappa's wife believe it and have her support him. With the help of sympathy, he wins the election. Now, Jojendra is the MLA and dreams of leading the best life. He becomes big by killing his enemies and anyone in his way. He invests in lots of businesses, transport, liquor shops, institutions, hospitals. Meanwhile, he had recommended a student for a job who does not get one because his recommendation does not work, as another student gets a letter from a state minister. Jojendra plans to become a minister and goes to the student who wants to commit suicide by climbing up a building and is about to jump. The student's mother slaps him, and the student comes down. Jojendra asks the student union to go on a hunger strike. He then visits the CM and gives him the idea to end the strike and, in turn, asks for the minister post, which the CM rejects. He then visits the Home Minister Subbarayu, whom he convinces to mix poison in the nimbu pani, which the CM was to come and give to the student. In turn, he asks for the minister post, to which Subbarayu agrees. When the CM comes to give nimbu pani, Jojendra cleverly tells that there is poison in the drink. Accordingly, the blame falls on Subbarayu and he is arrested. Then the scene shifts and the CM congratulates Jojendra and gives him Sanskritic Ministry of Social Welfare, which Jojendra rejects and asks the CM to choose wisely, as he wants Home Ministry. Meanwhile, Devika Rani, a journalist, does research about Jojendra. She finds out all the evidence to sue him because she works for the opposing party and telecasts it on her channel. He confronts her at her house. When she tells him that his entire house is filled with cameras, he seduces her and they have sex. They begin an affair, and she falls in love with him, but he does this only to find out the information. He still loves Radha. After this, Devika, with the help of Subbarayu, who is now out of jail on bail, plans against Jojendra. All of Jojendra's illegal activities are exposed, and he loses everything. He and Radha visit the temple along with Shiva's brother. Shiva was a close associate of Jojendra, whom he killed in rage as he thought he went against him due to a false video planted by Subbarayu. Jojendra later regrets killing him. Shiva's brother plants a bomb on the riot, and it explodes, in which Radha is also injured. Jojendra saves her and takes her to the hospital. However, Radha sacrifices her life so that Jojendra can gain sympathy and his party can win elections so that he becomes CM. It happens so, and a day before, Hemachandra cleverly gets all secrets leaked and falsely whomsoever had won from Jojendra's parties offer bribe money to go and join Subbarayu. Jojendra goes to the place where all MLA and ministers are there and gets to plant a bomb which eventually explodes and kills everyone. The story then comes to the present in the jail where Jojendra is given the interview. Then a lot of people support him upon listening to his story and want only Jojendra to become the CM. People use social media and messages to plead no guilty and ask for his release from hanging. The President of India cancels his hanging, and just at the right time, the prison warden arrives and Jogendra's hanging is stopped. On live TV, Jogendra asks people to choose a person who is really good and wants to do better for people and not any corrupt leader or someone who influences them. He asks the voters to choose wisely and poll wisely. In the last scene, Jogendra lights a cigarette and tells everyone that his name is now Radha Jogendra, and without Radha, he cannot exist. Saying this, he hangs himself and dies. In the credits scene, Radha is shown sitting on a swing, and Jogendra comes to her and shows his love, which ultimately shows their reunion in heaven. Cast: Rana Daggubati is Jogendra, an ordinary man who entered politics. He will do anything for his wife, Radha. Arrested after the bomb blast of corrupt politicians Kajal Aggarwal as Radha Jogendra's wife died in bomb blast committed by Subarayudu Catherine Tresa's Devika Rani, a news anchor for Focus TV who falls for Jogendra Navdeep as Siva, Jogendra's political accomplice Ashutosh Rana as Subarayudu. The Home Minister Pradeep Rawat as Ramasabi as Sarpanch died in hands of Jogendra Shivaji Raja as Redha's father Tena Kalabarani as Chief Minister G. Prakash Reddy as Jail of Telugu Poetry Venkateswara Rao as the Jail Lawyer Telugu Pisani Krishna Murali as Munyaba Subarayudu's comical assistant Ajay as Hemachandra transferred as Circle Inspector and returned as SP Satya Prakash as MLH Shadapa Raghu Karumanchi as Chandramuli, the Jail's assistant police jeep driver in Tamaseen's Prab as Esri New as Subarayudu's PA Bithu Sathai as news reporter Sathai Telugu Bindu Chandramuli as Sarpanch's wife Naveen Nini as Radhi Josh Ravi as Cherupati Priyanka Nakori as Sushmitha, who gets married after her brother's death. Kelvin Sivasankar's special appearance in the song Radhama. Tamal scenes Nasar as jailer Mayil Swami as jailer's assistant Jagan as Jagan, the Doordarshan cameraman Shivaji as Ranganathan, the jailed lawyer. Production. In February 2016, filmmaker Teja signed Telugu actor Rajesh Kar to play a negative role in his directorial Aham. Sneha was approached to play the female lead in the film. It was shelved in April 2016 due to both creative and personal differences. P. Satyanarayana Reddy, the film's producer, wanted another actor to play the lead role. Teja approached Rana Daggubati and gained his consent. Rana's father Daggubati Suresh Babu suggested Kajal Aggarwal for the female lead role, who was signed later. Daggubati was completing his portions in the Ghazi attack 2017 and was about to join the sets of Bahubali 2, the conclusion, when Teja approached him. They worked on the script for 8 months, writing different versions. Lyricist Lakshmi Bhupal, who was supposed to work with Teja for 3 of his earlier films, was chosen to pen the dialogues. Teja also approached Rathnavelu to handle the film's cinematography. The film was titled Nene Raju Nene Mantri Venkat Celsus. Dilip and Kottachiri Venkateswara Rao were recruited as the cinematographer and editor respectively. Anup Rubens composed the film's soundtrack and background score. Babu, along with Karan Reddy and Bharath Chaudhary, jointly bankrolled the film under the banner Suresh Productions and Blue Planet Entertainment. Nene Raju Nene Mantri was Aggarwal's 50th film as an actor. Catherine Tresa, Navdeep and Ashutosh Rana were cast in supporting roles. Soundtrack. The soundtrack album was composed by Anup Rubens and released on 30 July 2017 by Jungli Music. Critical reception. Venom Iswaram Air of the New Indian Express termed Nene Raju Nene Mantri a riveting political drama. AI found the narration gripping and enthralling and the dialogues hard-hitting. She added that Teja writing was effective enough to let even a politically ignorant person enlightened about the subject. Hemant Kumar, writing for First Bus, called Nene Raju Nene Mantri the cinematic equivalent of Newton's third law of physics, where every action is met with an equal and opposite reaction. Kumar noted that the lead's performances and Teja's writing are the film's strengths, adding that Aggarwal's portrayal of Radha was the biggest revelation. Karthik Kumar of Hindustan Times noted that the entire film is built on the bonding between the lead characters, with the political backdrop used only to give the story a solid padding. Kumar was appreciative of Daggubati's performance. Powerful screen presence takes everything up a notch and it's a treat to watch him turn from good to grey. Suresh Kavariani of Deccan Chronicle praised the performances and the portrayal of emotions such as love, hatred, smartness and cruelty handled by Jogendra. He, however, felt that the second half suffered from an overdose of sentiment. Writing for The Hindu, Sangeeta Devi Dundu opined that the film's later segments lacked the sharpness of the initial moment. She termed Jogendra as one of the most intriguing characters Rana has played and found his actions troubling the narrative. Nishita Nayapati, reviewing for the Times of India, found Nene Raju Nene Mantri a good love story of Radha and Jogendra than an effective political drama. She stated that the political angle seems like a pesky annoyance in an otherwise beautiful movie. Nayapati was also critical of Rani's characterization, calling it a messy one with no thought put into it at all. Sci-Fi noted that the film turns tedious and predictable post-intermission and criticized the script's lack of logic in the later portions. The reviewer added that Daggubati's portrayal of Jogendra was a stunning act and very intense and crucial scene. Criticizing the lack of cohesiveness, Nagarjuna Rao of Gulf News added that the addition of few irrelevant characters and implausible situations in the later portion stray in the viewer much before the climax, which turns out to be a denouement. Rao also found Ruben's score too loud, to the point of being irritating. Manoj Kumar, writing for the Indian Express, was critical of Teja's direction. He found the climax cringeworthy because of Teja's attempt to underplay the gravity of crimes Jojendra committed. He also added that Teja's reservations failed to give Rana's character a logical conclusion. Philvin Nesh Kumar of the Hans India found the film a patchy effort and criticized its indifferent treatment, building up the hero as a crusader for the common man, despite his questionable and violent tactics in retaining his political status is the main contradiction that one feels the film suffers from. Soumya Rajendran of the News Minute opined that the narrative simply does not hold together and found the CGI patchy. Rajendran too felt that the film doesn't allow Jojendra's devolution to really punch in the gut because it wants to simultaneously hail him as a hero. Awards: Best Actress Female Kajal Aggarwal. L.